I took a trip to the library recently and borrowed a book about music production.
I borrowed this book from the library, Music Production 2024 Plus Edition by Tommy Swindali. It's got 2 books in it. It's got Music Production for Beginners and Music Production Standard. I've started with the beginner version, obviously. I've read the first 2 chapters. I'm going to be starting to record the vocals and other instruments for my first song, play around with it for the first time, so that book has been really helpful in sort of laying it out. I took some notes to help me. Again, this is the beginner production part of the book. Chapter 1, firstly, I really like that they're transparent, that the journey's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be time consuming and it will cost money. Right off the bat, that was really refreshing and validating. Sometimes it feels like everyone already knows what to do or everyone finds it easier than you. So hearing those words validated, a stream of trial and errors will come your way. It spoke about choosing a DAW and adapting to it. I'm pretty happy with Logic so far, so I kind of skimmed that, but it talked about the basic universal DAW navigations when you're first getting started. Working with your DAW can be summarized into 4 steps: importing and recording tracks, editing and mixing, mastering and exporting. It also had a quick summary on add-ons, plugins and updates. Chapter 2, basics of home recording. The human ear is known to capture frequencies between 20 and 20,000 hertz. The best musical recordings are crisp, clean and impeccable, and should only capture the sound of the instrument intended to be recorded. Learn appropriate mic placement. To put it simply, dynamic mics are ideal for instruments, whereas condenser mics are ideal for vocals. But this doesn't mean that you can never use a dynamic mic for the human voice. With a condenser mic, you can be meters away or just a few inches. It's known to be a more honest sound for vocalists. You should get a pop filter to place between your condenser mic and your mouth to soften undesirable sound that might be picked up, especially with the syllables B or P. Work on your rhythms and record them first. This is a typical rule. Record the inside drums and percussion first, followed by the bass guitar, rhythm guitar, solos and harmonics, and then finally the vocals. But of course, nothing is set in stone about this. It also talked about using a metronome and a drum machine and how important they are, especially when you're recording on your own without a percussionist here, like I am. Do you really need a totally soundproof room as a novice music producer? Swindali says not yet. You might want to consider building a vocal booth instead, or a vocal isolation box. Do not record in the bathroom. On the other hand, recording inside a closet, a wardrobe for my Aussies, can work really well as the clothing acts as a natural soundproofing.
Now, let me tell you, I tried to record some vocals in the wardrobe for the first time ever, and it was humbling, to say the least.
Dun, 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 dun. Rolling, rolling, rolling against you. You are the moon. Oh, okay, no. Is it you? Life is an abyss I'm running through. I hope I get to run into you in the spaces between. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have to go back to the basics. Oh, at least it's fun. Definitely day 1. That was humbling.
So I went back to the drawing board because it looks like extensive research will be needed, and potentially some more equipment as well. So the problem that I had was the vocals sounded really crispy and they were popping a lot, so the volume wasn't consistent and I was struggling to get it timed right. I think I will go get a pop filter. Right now they sound really crispy. I think I might need to employ a little bit of help, even though I really want to do it on my own. I think I might need to employ someone to kind of mentor me through this, but if you have any tips on recording vocals, it would be really ideal. There's this short video by Seeds. I really enjoy the videos she puts out. She did a summary, how many layers of your vocals you should have. Maybe I need to actually slow the tempo of the track because I think it might be a bit too fast.
In other news, I started a Substack. Oh, I know, everyone growing. But I actually have a blog and I've just started using Substack as well, just to build more of a community. But I have a blog, it's in the description. I like that format. It had been a while since I'd written something since I'd written something like an essay. I had my birthday, so I wrote lessons from this past 12 months and what I want the next 12 months to look like. Your ability to grow is directly connected to how much you can learn about yourself without trying to escape. Life is a dance. A good dancer is an amalgamation of grit, grace, repetition, and trust in oneself and her environment. I have felt myself freezing in the spotlight where I am now learning to breathe. You will truly be serving the right people when you are the villain to a few. The first draft of anything will be awful, and the second, and the fifth, and maybe even the 10th. Time spent stressing about a project is not time spent doing it. You'll end up no closer to improvement, but very mentally drained. It's not your responsibility to hold the awkwardness in the room, the tension in a moment, or the emotions of others at any time. You're stealing the true moment from them and burdening yourself in the process. A year away from social media will be life-changing. For a long time, your creative ambition will not match your taste. Shift your focus from the perfect projects to a fun journey. As per the last episode, I've now done 50 reps of Use Somebody. I had a quick lesson with Zoe and she helped me really nitpick and round out those vowel sounds, stop sliding and making words like make. I was seeing make. She helped me kind of really get that onset, that make you notice. And now I have moved on to my next song, my first original that I've been running for my set list, which is Claw Marks. Everything I sing is bad. Everything I sing is bad.
By the way, this is what the recorded vocals sounded like.
There's an abyss I'm running through. I hope I get to run into you in the spaces between.
Yikes. It's important for me to be honest with myself about how much time I'm actually spending on my creative stuff, writing my album, learning music production, and obviously documenting these things via this video diary. This week I've done 9 hours, which in comparison to the about 30 hours I figured out I could have done during this really chill week in my life, I can see that this current level of work isn't sustainable, which is a bit shameful to actually say, but this is a video diary, so I'm not going to run from sentiments like that. If you want a creative career, you have to prioritize it even when it's hard, or even when you don't feel like it. I will see you soon. I hope this week treats you well. Bye!